I only relax when I'm back in my room. Look, in the heavy tone Elijah gave me, I let out a long sigh. Of saving the game again? Yes. Wish I could read this book. I really want to know if it contains anything important to the quest. I have no idea how to access the information on its pages. I can't read the Lokari Empire alphabet. It's a miracle that I can speak the language at the very least. Unfortunately, I won't be able to learn how to read and write in the short time that remains before we embark on the journey to the Demon Queen's castle. What should I do? Knocking on the door takes me out of my grim thoughts. Lady Eurydice de Curie has arrived. Levi's voice can be heard from the other side. I wasn't expecting Eurydice today, but she often pops in at random times to see me in between all the tea parties she attends. I'm always happy to see Celeste's twin sister. She can enter. Eurydice enters the room with a bright smile and a spring in her step. She walks over to the vanity where I'm sitting, hunched over Elijah's now closed book. You're reading the Almanac of the Lokari Empire. You know this book? Yes, of course. It was required reading for us when we first started learning about the Empire and the God of Light. It's not an easy read. You almost threw your copy out of the window in frustration. Sounds like something Celeste would do. Still, if Eurydice knows the contents of this tome, I might be able to get the information I need from her. Do you remember the content of the Almanac well? I think so. Our tutor had us memorize passages, and I wasn't as resistant to the idea as you were. Why did you pick up this hated read again? I got the tome from Elijah. He said it might be beneficial for me to review the contents again. I'm getting a headache trying to sift through the writing. Sounds like you, alright. You can ask me what you want. If I remember what the book said about the topics, I'll share. Thank you for your help, Eurydice. You're a blessing. What would you do without your sister? You would be quite lost if not for me. There's nothing else I can do but agree with this statement. How are religion and the history of the Empire connected? How are the religion of the God of Light and the history of the Lokari Empire connected? The first emperor, ages ago, was blessed with the power of light magic. He was also the first high priest who founded the Church of the God of Light. Wait, so the two positions were part of a single role at first? Yes, that situation was how the Lokari Empire came to be called the Sun. He represented God himself amongst mortals. He was the closest thing to God in the mortal realm. Later, the function of the emperor and the high priest became separated. One of the emperors did so for practical reasons. Ruling over the empire and taking care of holy matters at the same time was just too much of a strain. The empress consort, the wife or husband of the emperor, was called the moon of the empire based on the role of the moon in the creation myth. She was the rule over the empire if the emperor ever got ill or wasn't present in the palace due to going to war. So currently, Empress Mirel rules over the empire. Yes, and her emperor consorts. Her emperor consort is Lucius, who comes from the kingdom of Durandal in the south. Does the book mention anything about Durandal? Can you tell me more about Durandal? We're allies with them, right? Durandal has a warmer climate, and their people have a much different culture than the people of the Lokari Empire. However, when both countries were attacked by demons once long ago, the Empress looked past her differences and proposed an alliance with Durandal. Thus, her first emperor consort was a Durandal prince, Noah's father. He passed away 7 years after the alliance was formed. So the Empress married another Durandal prince, Lucius, her present husband. Is there anything about love in the context of religion? The Empire's religion in the book. Love? There's plenty about the God of Light's love for humans. It's not what I mean. I don't remember any other mentions of love. Why do I know? Something so strange. Uh-oh, I should be more careful with my questions. Yet love was the most important thing I was looking for in the tome. Still, I can see how the question might be seen as strange. Never mind, I was just curious. That's all I want to ask for now. Alright, the first 100 pages mostly detail the Lokari ruling system, but I doubt the information would interest you much. Not really. Next, the book talks about the creation myth, but you know that story by heart since Mom told us it so many times in our childhood. I nod. Elijah had reminded me about the creation myth recently. Eurydice mentioned their mother makes me their mother makes me feel a pang of sadness and regret. She passed from an incurable illness when Eurydice and Celeste were both young. Celeste has some memories of her, but they are faded. Celeste and Eurydice's mother resembled Eurydice in personality. She was a sweet, kind woman, how she put up with father's tyrannical ways is difficult for me to understand. Yes, she must have loved him, despite everything he was. How the Church of the God of Light operates and the fundamentals of religion are detailed in the book as well. But that information is boring to anybody who doesn't wish to become a priest. I'm fine with my current role. Eurydice chuckles. I didn't expect you to be interested in joining the church. Then the book lists a bunch of myths connected to the ancient Lokari Empire, but I can't say I have a good recollection of them all. They're just legends anyway, and may or may not have any truth to them. Those ancient stories may hold the answers to my questions, but if Eurydice doesn't remember the myths, then I can't pressure her to summarize them for me. I sigh. I won't be able to fully access the knowledge of this book after all. Still, Eurydice has helped me out plenty. Thank you, sister. There, I spared you having to read through this boring, heavy tome. You don't know how much I appreciate you for it. I can imagine. We spend the rest of the day just chatting and hanging out. I could use a break from my archery practice. My body is tired from the constant training. I don't feel like I'm any closer to forming a plan to defeat the Demon Queen, though. I also still don't understand how to access the Golden Bow's magic any better. At the end of the day, I remain frustrated with my lack of progress. The next day, while I'm hanging out in the living room of our apartment, Eurydice approaches me with a spring in her step. Celeste, we've got invitations to another ball! Oh no. Not another one of those painful social gatherings. Look! Eurydice hands me an envelope with a royal seal. The Empress's seal? Yes, these envelopes were inside the bigger one. The Empress formally invited Father, myself, and you to a ball tomorrow evening. Tomorrow? That's so little time to prepare! Yes, aren't you excited? Not at all. Aw, Celeste, don't be so dour. I'm sure the ball will be beautiful with good food, amazing music, and interesting conversations. You know I hate any kind of gathering of nobles. Can I refuse the invitation? No, you can't. Sorry, but not attending when you got a formal invitation from the Empress could anger her. I don't want to antagonize the Empress, it's just that... What am I supposed to do about my lack of etiquette knowledge? I'm not going to suddenly get a lot better at those skills by tomorrow evening. With all my archery practice, I've had no time to worry about learning to be a proper noble. There's a knock on the door. Paul, Eurydice's knight opens it. A message. Messenger from Duke George arrived for Lady Celeste. From Duke George? I bring word that my master Duke George would like to see Lady Celeste in 2 hours at the Royal Conservatory. George wants to see me? Yes, that's right. I'm supposed to come back with a reply, my lady. I'll see His Grace. Thank you. I'll relay the information immediately. Messenger leaves. When the door closes, Eurydice turns to me. Her eyes are sparkling with curiosity. What's going on between Duke George and you? Nothing. I'm as clueless as you are. We've only spoken twice so far. He's a kind man, but I know very little about him. Duke George? Kind? He's always come off to me as a cold and very closed-off person. Oh, that's not how he acted towards me. How curious. I wonder what he wants from me this time. No way to find out except going to see him, I suppose. I'll call Linda and let you get ready in peace. And I'll say more that we're going to the ball. If we must. I'm afraid we'd have to. Alright then, do your worst. Laughing, Eurydice walks off to her room and I enter mine. Linda spends the next 2 hours getting me ready to meet Duke George. It's almost like preparing for a ball, considering I've been summoned by someone so important. All the while, I continue to wonder why George wants to see me. When I arrive at the conservatory, I'm in awe of the splendor of the large glass building. Plants I've only seen in books on the kingdom of Durandal fill out the greenhouse alongside vegetation from the Lokari Empire. In the middle of the room is a table laden with food of all kinds. George stands in front of it with a kind smile on his lips. Welcome, Lady Celeste. Your Grace, what's the occasion? I take another good look around. That's enough food for a party. Where's everyone else? There's only one servant in attendance, standing by the glass wall, trying to be as inconspicuous as possible. Levi takes a spot next to him. There will be nobody else coming, it'll just be you and I. I haven't eaten lunch yet, so I thought I'd like to partake in the meal with you. I blink once, then twice. My mouth falls open. You want to eat with me? I want to scream at him to explain himself. What is it about me that interests him enough to offer me a table full of food as well as his prestigious company? Isn't he supposed to be one of the key players in Lokari politics? Does he want to ally himself with the Saintess? But I have no standing in the Empire. I'm the fourth highest ranking person in name only. George continues smiling, gesturing to the table. He's been nothing but kind to me so far. You hear this? Call him cold and detached, but that's not the impression I have of the Duke. Yes, that's right. I would go even further. I have a proposal for you. Oh, so he does want something in return for his gesture. I'd like to offer you a private etiquette lesson. You... What? Notice your lack of proper table manners during the last ball. I can't fix your lack of knowledge in one sitting, but at least I can help prevent you from getting embarrassed in front of the court. I'm surprised and a little touched by George's kind offer. But why do you want to help me? Perhaps I have an interest in you and would like you to feel better in your skin as a noble lady? Interest? What kind of interest? George chuckles. Nothing suspicious, I assure you. Now will you accept my offer to help? It's not like I have a choice. George is offering me exactly what I need right now. With tomorrow's ball coming up, I'm already stressed about my guaranteed poor performance at the table. If you can help me feel more at ease during the ball, maybe I'll actually be able to tolerate the social gathering. I should accept, even if I end up indebted to the Duke. Alright, I accept your kindness. Good. Sit down, please. He pulls out a chair for me. I sit down at the table and give the food a good look. George takes a seat next to me. He gestures to the utensils. Let's go over which utensil you should use for which type of food. We'll sample small bites of everything together. We spend the next hour nibbling at food while George slowly and carefully explains the proper etiquette to me. He tells me about the utensils, corrects my posture, gives me pointers about what to say, which topics not to broach during a meal. And those are all the basics you need to know. If you review everything I taught you once you return to your family's guest apartment, you should be able to recall most of the lesson for tomorrow. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful for your help. I can't have the Saintess, one of the most important people in the Lokari Empire, be belittled for not being a proper noble. Thank you. More importantly, I don't want you to have an anxiety attack again. You noticed? I saw a condition often during my time as a general and my soldiers. Lower field of view, trouble breathing, body shaking, wanting to bolt like an injured animal. I recognized all the signs in you during the last ball. I'm sorry I couldn't follow you out into the gardens. A noble cannot leave the dining table during a meal. I understand, so I made that big of a blunder. Your behavior won't win you any favors, but I fully understand the need to get away. You've been burdened with a huge responsibility, expected to fit a grand image people have created in their heads of you. I know how that feels, and I don't want you to suffer any further. We've all been formally invited to tomorrow's ball with the Empress, so we cannot skip the event. That's why I thought I'd help you gain more confidence, so that you won't be as frightened. I really appreciate your kindness. You said you've seen a lot of suffering on the warfront? Maybe he'd like to share some of his burden with me. What I've seen doesn't matter right now. George's kind smile disappears, replaced by a cold expression. I need to prepare myself for the ball as well. Thank you for today's meal, Lady Celeste. He's completely shut me out. Oh no, I asked the wrong question. Of course, George has seen a lot of pain and death. He fought on the warfront. Why did I think he'd want to discuss those events with me, though? For a moment, I felt close to him, but in the end, we're still just strangers. Alright, I'll see myself out then. Thank you again. I curtsy and leave. George says nothing more to me. It's like an Arctic wind suddenly blew between us, taking away all his warmth. His warmth has save it again! Haha. Duke George is really a mysterious figure. I can't let my guard down around him. The time until the ball passes by like a blur. I practiced what George taught me with Eurydice. Soon I found myself seated in the throne room between Duke George and Duchess Penelope again. Let's see. Take a good look at the cutlery. I think I remember which piece is correct to use for each kind of food. Penelope has a smirk on her face, and I turn my head away and look at George instead. He gives me a small nod. The Empress starts the dinner, and I take small bites of the food on my plate. I use the correct forks and spoons. Penelope gives me a side eye, clearly disappointed when she finds no fault in me. I relax, listening to beautiful music. In no time, the dinner's over. Say, Saintess. When Lady Penelope strikes up a conversation with me, my breathing quickens again. What if I say something wrong? Lady Celeste, would you like to dance with me? I turn my head in the other direction and see George standing next to me with a kind smile, his hand outstretched for me to take it. If I dance with George, I can avoid embarrassing myself in the conversation with Penelope. Conversation with the Empress, who's nearby, may overhear. The only problem is I can't dance. Maybe George will be able to lead me through the dance, though? I remember, it would be a slight to refuse him when he so publicly asked me to dance. All eyes at the table are on us. I swallow hard and take George's hand, getting up from my seat. With pleasure. George's smile grows as he leads me to the center of the ballroom. He gives the band this small wave and they change the music to something more suitable for dancing. Not that I know what the dance is, the tune sounds like something formal. You worry so hard. Your thoughts are etched on your face. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll lead you through the dance. Don't worry. Just leave everything to me. We take a starting position and George gently moves me. Is there a way to see a way to just see the background? It's kind of sad. Maybe there'll be something. We take a starting position and George gently moves me through the dance. I follow his lead. The motions are repetitive enough that I find myself relaxing.
I wanted to talk to you again. In the privacy of dancing, I can ask you more than I could at the table.
You want to talk to me?
Yes, I do. First, I'd like to praise you for your etiquette skills. They have improved tremendously. You still lack confidence, but you didn't make any obvious mistakes tonight. Nothing any other noble at the table could scorn you for.
I'm glad.
You still need to improve the way you converse with nobles. But that'll be more of a process to master if you want to put effort into acquiring the skill. Good communication isn't something you learn overnight, after all.
I understand. I really...
Yes? What is it?
I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's because of you that I got through the meal without embarrassing myself. You didn't need to help, but you did. You're the kindest person I know.
I stare at George wide-eyed. His cheeks are deep pink. Did I embarrass him? Sarah? Audio. Yeah, voice volume is all the way up. It's just really quiet. Did I embarrass him? He's so in control of himself at all times, so seeing him flustered is so cute.
I'm really, really grateful to you.
Enough of this. You'll be fine on your own for the rest of the night.
The song ends at that moment. George bows to me, takes my hand, and guides me gently back to the table. When I sit down, he leaves to take another lady to dance. Why did my heart flutter so much when I saw him blush, when he was so affected by my words? Why do I feel so lonely now that he's abandoned me? No, George didn't abandon me. He simply went to dance with another lady, as is proper when you're dancing with someone you're not courting. One dance per person. My heart is beating so quickly, but not out of fear. I'm attracted to George. I realize he's way out of Celeste or my league, and he's everything I'm not. A confident person, a dignified noble, a skilled general. And yet, an inkling of hope blazes my soul. Hope that George could also be interested in me. The rest of the ball passes by uneventfully. I strike up conversations with some noble lords and ladies, and thankfully manage not to embarrass myself further. Eventually, I redirect my attention to practicing horseback riding. I forbid Levi from coming with me. I don't want him to know Celeste, who is supposed to be great at riding, is now completely unskilled on horseback. A few days of riding helped me improve a bit, though I'm still far from great on the horse. I decided to keep practicing instead of spending more days at the archery range. I'll be useless during the journey if I can't sit on the horse properly. Eventually, I return to practicing archery too. At some point, I become decently accurate with the cursed weapon. However, its magic still eludes me. Before I know it, 3 weeks have passed, and suddenly it's time to pack for the journey to the Demon Queen's castle. I'm just making back and say in case any more is added. Linda is the one doing the packing, but Eurydice is in the room too. You should take another pair of pants. Noah told us to pack light. We will have only 4 wagons for provisions and some luggage. Can't take too much with me. What if your pants get dirty? Then I'll wash them in the river. Celeste! What? There's a knock on the door. Linda goes to open it. Delivery from the High Priest to Lady Celeste. Elijah sent me something? Linda brings a package to where I'm sitting on the bed. I rip it open to reveal. No, he did not. He didn't send me. Oh, you should try this out. Try this on this outfit right now. You look like a proper saintess. A pale, bunching the dress in my hands. I know what this is. I saw Meredith wearing a similar outfit. No way. I'm not wearing a priestess's clothes. Priestesses of the Church of Light wear clothes similar to Christian nuns, complete with a veil. You should wear the clothes. It's a proper outfit for a saintess. Levi never had to wear such a ridiculous outfit in the book. He had a robe similar to Elijah's. But the outfits for priests and priestesses are different in this world for whatever reason. Why? I'll help you dress. Ignoring my protest, Eurydice and Linda helped me into the priestess outfit. I look ridiculous. I love it! Oh my, like a proper saintess. I hate you, Elijah, with all my heart. Later that day, the party gathers on the training grounds. Nobody bats an eye at me wearing priestess clothing. Am I the only one who finds the outfit ridiculous? Noah counts everyone. The party consists of 20 people. Noah, Tarek, Levi, and 5 other knights, 3 mages, 5 archers beside myself, Elijah, Gareth, and 1 other healer. Feels like a small group for such a grand quest. Still, the Empress seemed disinclined to budge on the number of people allowed in their party or on our deadline to leave for our journey. The quest goes well for us despite our small group and the little time we had to prepare. I'm worried. I don't feel ready when it comes to my skills. I can't change the situation though. I've done the best I could. Just hope my best will be enough. This feels like it's... Nope. We're still going. We ride for days. Only when we're close to being out of sunlight do we stop to make camp. I'm so tired from traveling at the end of each day that I immediately collapse as soon as I lay out my bedroll. Fortunately, I'm exempt from the night watch. I don't expect to be attacked by demons this far away from the front line, but you never know. The demon who attacked me near the Decorate Mansion wasn't supposed to be that close to the capital either. After another few days of riding, my back and butt are sore, but I feel myself getting used to the motion of being in the saddle for many hours. That, or I'm so tired that I just no longer care about the pain. A week into our journey, I finally feel comfortable enough with riding, and I start being bored on the road. The other members of the party are freely talking while riding. Maybe I should engage someone too? Aside with Levi, I haven't talked with him much. So I talk to Levi, who's always running behind me. I guide my horse alongside his. Is everything okay? As much as it can be. Knows how tired you are from riding all day. That's not good. Would Celeste be as exhausted from horseback riding as I am? If there's anything I can do to make your days easier, don't hesitate to let me know. Thankfully, I think Levi is just being considerate. He doesn't look at me like I've done anything out of the ordinary. Let's try to say something in character. I've ridden the horse to the forest near a Decorate Mansion on many occasions, but never been in the saddle for so many hours every day. Hopefully my memories as Celeste are right and I'm telling the truth. True, we've also never been on horses for longer than a few hours. Phew! Are you not tired yourself? Levi blushes and looks away. Can't stop myself from chuckling. He's so adorable when he's shy. You are, aren't you? I might be tired, but I have to take care of you, so I have to be in top form at all times. I take a good look at the rest of our party. Some hunch their shoulders, some grimace and adjust their positions on their horse once in a while. Everyone's tired, aren't they? Yes, we're advancing on the quest with good speed, but the length of the journey will take some getting used to. Maybe we should tell Noah to slow down a little. There's no point in rushing. We have to be fully capable of fighting once we encounter enemies. The time when we had to fight demons would inevitably come. If anyone can convince the prince to slow down, it's you, Celeste. I'll talk to him at camp tonight. Thanks for letting me know I'm not the only person exhausted. No worries. We ride together in comfortable silence until a question pops into my head. Am my mind. There's something I wanted to ask you. When it comes to the demons, what do we know about them? The one that attacked me was an imp. Are there other types of demons? The demons are varied. Some attack alone, others in groups. They can all fly, and as far as I know, so the archers and mages had to bring the enemies down first for the front lines to dispatch them. The most common fiend types are imps, larger humanoid demons called devils, and what soldiers refer to as flying eyeballs. Flying eyeballs? I don't know whether to laugh or be afraid. They're cute until they shoot rays of energy from their eyes. That's strange. The demons speak a language none of us understand, so we don't know the proper names for their species. We call them by the names the soldiers settled on for them over the years. I understand. What about the Demon Queen? That demon's kinda strange. She can shapeshift, and those who have seen her say she's either a ridiculously large monstrosity or a beautiful human who, with horns, a tail, and a third eye on her forehead. Either way, we will recognize her when we meet her. We should. If she doesn't come out of her castle, we'll have to go inside to hunt her down. Remember the castle of Duke Clamond that the Demon Queen took over years ago, according to the Saint of the Golden Bow? I wonder if the place will be the site of our final showdown with the ruler of the fiends. With how much reality has diverged from the plot of the book so far, any place and any time is a possibility for our battle with the Demon Queen. I swallow hard. We have to be ready for the encounter whenever and wherever it comes. Levi and I ride alongside each other for the rest of the day. In the evening, I approached Noah to ask him to slow our party's pace a little. We don't need to rush so much. It's not like they're expecting us back at the capital by some certain date. You're right. Noah lowers his voice to a whisper. Just my anxiety is getting the better of me. Don't worry, Noah. You've gathered a team of the very best people. As long as we're not exhausted by the time we reach the Demon Queen, we should be able to win. I hope you're right. No, you're right. I have to be the pillar of strength of this party. We will win. I'll make sure of that. I'll slow down our advance. Thank you, Noah. Over the next few days, we travel at a more relaxed pace. We still make good progress, but I'm less tired and have more time to rest each night. I'm glad Noah changed his mind about how hard he was pushing us. Thank you for playing the Saintess of the Golden Bow demo. We're gonna hit back and save over that bit. Wishlist us on Steam and follow us on Kickstarter to be notified when our campaign launches. So, now that is the end of the demo, unless they update it again to add even more. But we gotta have some suspense for the rest of the game, right? Thank you for watching. Thank you, Transparent Games, for the code to check out this extended out demo. If you enjoyed the videos, which I've surely split this into multiple, consider tossing a like, comment, subscribe, maybe click the bell for notifications. Also be sure to check out the description below. Various links, social media, Discord, come hang out, notifications there as well. And until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!